You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the February 14th, 2023 meeting of the Michigan City Water Works Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Call the meeting of the Water Board to order. First item of business is the minutes.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting held January 24th, 2023.
I'll second it.
Motion second, we approve the minutes from January 24th. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Purchase orders. We have a few.
It's a combination of several things. We've had 3 weeks since our last meeting, so that adds up. We also are trying to get a move on some of our improvement projects. And we are running into the situation where we are having difficulty getting things, so we're trying to move earlier on the projects so we can actually get them done this year. So I'll just start going through this list. First is to Leach Supply. This is copper for Garrett's and Euclid, between Euclid and Oak Street. It's currently a galvanized line feeding multiple houses, and we get quite a few complaints, so we're going to change it out to copper for $8,562.54. The next item is to Frakes. This is Paz Road pump programming. In last year's, this is part of our plan to upgrade pump 5 at Paz Road. It was the fire pump that hadn't been used in decades, and so last year we had a purchase order to get that pump refurbished and set up with a variable speed drive, and this is the effort to get it hooked into our control system so we can control it. And that's for $1,921. The next item is the Flanagan Tire, 4 tires for truck 12 for $1,184.40. That's our plow truck over at the plant, and the tires are pretty much balled down from all the driving around to do that work. The next item is to Delco, plumbers here in town. This is actuator for wash water valve and piping improvements. This was on our business plan for this year. The purchase order is for $49,454.45. Number 5 is to K&L Supply. This is a replacement heating circulation pump for a boiler. We had one break, we need to replace it. This is at the plant. It's for $4,160. Number 6 is to Ivy Tech. This is the CDL school for one of our employees who is he's in probationary status right now. He has to go get his license completed to retain his position for $4,550, and so he could go to the classroom. Number 7 is to Lowe's. This is softener salt for the water softeners for our ammonia feed system that we put in. The softener actually is preventing a lot of scale buildup that we were seeing with the ammonia feeder, which was causing us a lot of issues with maintenance. It was failing at really inconvenient times. So since we put this system in, it's actually made a big difference. The amount for that purchase order is $1,130.22. The next item is the Flanagan Tire for brakes for truck 1 for $1,086.94. That truck gets a lot of mileage around town. It's a customer service truck, so it's on the road a lot. Number 9, utility supply, yoke stops for pits. This is brass material. These are valves for shutting off water in your pits. This is for stock. for $3,910.56. Number 10 is to USA Blue Book for hydrant diffusers. We're buying some hydrant diffusers that have gauges in them that allow us to monitor how much flow is actually coming out of the hydrant. So these are $1,208.40. The next one, number 11, is to Ferguson. This is Compression Corporation stops. This is a confirming order. We were getting to the point where we were almost out of them, so we needed to order some immediately. $760. We have orders out there that we're still waiting on. So things that we ordered last year, we're last week we got an order of pipe, and it's on the list of claims. It finally showed up. We ordered it in June. Yeah, it's bad. That was $760. Number 12 is to Ferguson. These are meter valves. This is a confirming order. These are also valves in meter pits. We had to order some right away. So that's a confirming order for $3,075.76. And most of that work is for new services. We've got new services coming in our system, so we have to be able to get those put in the ground for customers. The next item is to Auto Park Ford, heater repairs to truck number 7. That was confirming for $610.48. The next item is to McCann service for backhoe number 2, confirming. This was the 1,000 hour service, which basically means they have to take all of the fluids out of everything, and it's a couple of guys a couple of days to do all the work they had to do on the tractor. And so that's why it's $5,475.04. And then number 15 is to McCann for service on backhoe number 1. That's confirming. That's $2,676.10. That's a more typical service work, service call. And those are both preventative maintenance. Number 16 is to Elite Truck. This is toolboxes for truck 20. We had a purchase order previously for another company. When we attempted to place the order, their purchasing requirements were not acceptable. So we went and found a different company. They wanted the entire purchase to be put on a credit card, and we didn't have a way of doing that, and we said we'd send them a check. They didn't want that. We offered a purchase order, they didn't want that, so we found another company. The price on this is $2,652.28, and that other purchase order has been canceled. The next one is number 17. This is to Ferguson. This is valve box risers and brass for stock. And that's other pieces of brass that we need, couplings, a whole variety of fittings for $17,640. The valve box risers, we're getting close to paving season, and we're going to need them for that time. We end up using a lot of them during that. Number 18 is to Leaps. This is for copper and brass for stock for $9,562.42. Number 19 is to Pollard Water. These are permanent hydrant flags. We had this in our business plan. We currently have you've probably seen them, the red metal flags that are on fire hydrants. We have to take those off, put them on every year. There's some extra labor involved. These are going to go on the fire hydrant and stay there. So, like I said, they were in the business plan for this year. Basically, this is enough to do about 50% of our system. And then we'll do the other 50% next year. for $19,642.34. Number 20 is to Midwest Meter. These are 3-inch meters. This is a 3-inch meter for stock for $3,306.41. We used the one we had in stock. We had to use it. So number 21 is to American Safety. This is 3 automatic electric defibrillators. We're going to place one here at this office, one at the plant, and one in our distribution office. And then we have training that'll be coming up this year, which has always, we've offered CPR AED training, but we didn't have AEDs. So now we'll have some AEDs that we can use. And it's for $5,736, and that's the units, their boxes, everything, all the whole thing for $300. Number 22 is to J&B Detail. We have a light bar for truck 13. That's the Dodge that we just traded another truck in for $1,333.84. The truck already had strobe lights on the corners. This is going to be up high, so it draws the attention of motorists, hopefully. Number 23 is to Hawk. This is not buying a spectrophotometer. This is just repairing the one we have for $4,925.11. This is confirming because they had to send us a loaner so we could continue to do the tests we need to do on our system. And so we actually got that device back, I believe it was yesterday. So they were pretty quick about turning it around for us. The next item is to M&K Truck Center, repairs to Truck 9, confirming. Truck 9 is our large dump truck. It had a few electrical issues and a couple of hydraulic leaks. So those were repaired for $6,144.45. M&K Truck Center is the Mack dealership. We hadn't had much luck with other mechanics on it, so we sent it to the Mack dealership since it's a Mack. Then number 25 is utility supply materials for Love's Truck Stop. The water main is getting close out there on 300. The contractor actually just pushed pipe under 421 today. So we want to get this T and valve in for the service line to go to the Love's Truck Stop, so it can be installed while he lays the water main rather than cut it in later. So that's $5,530.04. Since they gave us an easement, they don't have to pay a tap fee. That's our usual agreement. Number 26 is to H&G Underground. This is relocation of a water main on Highway 212. NDOT is preparing to pave Highway 212, and one of the last things they need to do is replace a culvert that runs underneath the highways between the railroad tracks and Tryon Road, and our water main will be at a bad elevation, so this is to drop that water main to get it below the new culvert depth. So yeah, $43,717. It's a very wet location, so there's some extra money in here because of dewatering and traffic control and that sort of thing. The next item is to Weir's brake switches for truck 14, confirming for $542.34. It was a control switch inside the cabin of the truck that for the air brake controls that needed to be switched out. And then number 28 is to Utility Supply. This is a service tap for East 2nd Street for $3,679.66. That's the materials. That's the location that Burnham Brewing is going going to be occupying, and the redevelopment commission is worked on through that. So they brought the check today, so that one got added to the list today.
Okay.
That's all of them.
There's our purchase orders totaling $214,177.78.
Let's back up to number 21 and ask, for the AEDs, cabinets, and sign, is there any kind of cost that's going to be included for training employees?
It'll be part of our normal, we normally offer CPR AED training, so that's something we offer to our employees anyway. So basically, the AEDs we're getting are the ones that they actually do the training with. So it's gonna all flow together. So it's not an additional, the training is something we would be paying for normally. At least now we'll have the AEDs
To work with.
to use if we have to. Hopefully we never have to.
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept the list of purchase orders dated 2/14/2023 as presented.
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second. Do we approve the purchase orders dated February 14th? Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Thank you.
Okay, claims.
I'll make a motion to approve the list of claims dated February 14th, 2023 as presented.
I'll second it.
Motion and second. Do we approve the claims as of February 24th? I'm sorry, February 13th, as presented. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I did want to ask if that was any benefit to receive that, the bulk of them early. There's some that we had to do later.
It did help, yeah. It's nice to look at it, so.
It was Ken's idea, so.
Doing our,
Actually, Janet didn't mind because she wasn't running around like a chicken with her head cut off trying to get all those done on today and yesterday, so.
all right, we'll leave that. Bad debt list.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the bad debt list for bookkeeping purposes only dated February 14th, 2023.
I'll second it.
Okay, second, do we
We'll second it.
approve the bad debt list of February 14th as presented for bookkeeping purposes only. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Old business.
So under old business, there is one item I wanted to bring up. It's an engineering plan update for US 20 annexation area water main extension. We just finished doing our hydraulic modeling towards the end of last year. And one of the things that we did in that hydraulic modeling is we included known future projects. So we knew that there was a plan to put this water main out on US 20 out by the airport, that recently annexed area that the city needs to put a water main in for. So the original design was to have a 20-inch main on US 20, and then through all of the discussions, we determined to run a 16-inch main north up to Mankey Road. Having the hydraulic model looked at it, and we have really good flow and pressure projected in that area. They can determine with very good reliability what the flow and pressures will be like with these water mains in place. And one of the things that, when looking at it, looking at the numbers that we had, I decided that it didn't make sense for us to try and run this 20-inch main in the future all the way west to where Sharps is right now. Because that area of Trail Creek under 20, that's going to be a really tough area to cross. The creek bends in that area, and there's a lot of low water. That'll be a tricky crossing to get underneath that creek there. And with all of the information we got out of the hydraulic model, it didn't look like we really needed to put this area of pipe onto the POS booster station, because it shows right now that we have pretty good flow and pressure out there in the model. So one of the things that we look for in an industrial area is we want a minimum of 3,500 gallons per minute, and we want the low end of the pressure to be 35 psi when that's at 3,500 gallons per minute. So basically, if the fire department is pulling water for fire, and there's a fire pump inside of one of these industrial buildings pulling a bunch of water, that's the whole idea around that design. So I'm looking at this as a 20-inch main. We were at about 4,700 gallons per minute at 35 psi. With the 16-inch main, it only went down to about 3,700 gallons per minute at 35 psi. So that being the case, I was thinking, well, maybe the city doesn't need to put a 20-inch main on US 20. Maybe we can use a 16-inch main instead, since we meet the requirements that we want to have for an industrial area. So what I asked of Haas and Associates, since they did the initial engineering plan for that water main out there, I asked them to give me a price to update the pricing based on a 16-inch main along US 20 instead of a 20-inch main. And so they have provided a quote of $3,800 to go through their whole design, update what they have to update it, and then update the pricing to give us an idea of what the cost estimates are for a 16-inch main instead of 20-inch main through there.
Does any future industrial expansion in that area impact this at all?
Basically, at this point in time, the type of industrial development we're looking at in that area, that kind of water is just going to be plenty. It's going to be plenty. And even if we ended up with something that used 1 million gallons a day, we'd be able to put that water out there. And one of the other reasons why I bring it up now too is I know that the city's been doing some resolutions to move the funds and get them where they need to be so that we can get moving on this project. So.
All right. You need a approval on this, a motion?
Yeah, I would need an approval to
3,800.
engage Haas on doing this.
I'd like to make the motion to approve Superintendent Johnson to engage Haas on the engineering plan update for US 20 annexation for the water main extension.
I'll second it.
That's a mouthful.
There's a motion and a second that we approve the engagement of Hobson Associates to provide engineering services in the amount not to exceed $3,800. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Any other old business?
That's all I have for old business.
New business?
Under new business, there is a insert that LaPorte County Solid Waste District is requested to have sent out with the water bills. They, of course, would be providing the paper, the paper. They currently send out their calendar on an annual basis. So the printout of this is going to be on the same paper, same type of ink, just a little bit different design. And basically, they just want to get the word out about the relocation of the electronics trailer, and then they have a nice long list of what's coming up for schedule as far as solid waste turn-in opportunities. So basically, just need to have an approval to put this insert in our bills.
I make a motion to allow the LaPorte County Solid Waste District bill insert to be added, I guess.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Motion second, we allow the LaPorte County Solid Waste District to insert the aforementioned bill into our billings. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any other new business?
Let's see, the next item I have for new business, is just for informational purposes. We did receive notification from our health insurance program, United Steelworkers, of the new premiums for this coming year. These premiums, the billing will start in April because the premiums start as of May 1st. The premiums on the average are only increasing approximately 3.7%. The business plan called for an annual increase of 5.9% over actual expense in '22, so we should be in pretty good shape that way. Concerning the employee portion, as our current requirement, our current withholding from employees is individual employees have $10 withheld from their paycheck once a month, and then all other groupings, so parent and child, or parent or employee and children, employee and spouse, or family, they pay 0.63% of the monthly premium. For those employees, the increase is from 22 or between 39 cents and 74 cents per month. The average is 55 cents per month, which is a 3.4% increase over 22, but I mean, it's basically negligible dollar-wise. So I just wanted to bring this to the board's attention since we got this information.
Very reasonable.
Yeah, it's great.
It's good.
Any other new business?
Yes. April 11th through 13th is the Indiana Section AWWA meeting in Indianapolis. I'm looking to have myself and up to 3 employees attend, and then I wanted to find out if any board members were interested. To let me know so that we can get, the registration hasn't opened yet, but I know the hotel is going to open soon, so obviously we want to get that locked in. If traveling with me, if the board members oftentimes travel with me, I would be leaving on the 10th, that's a Monday, to get down there. And then because the actual presentations and meeting starts at 8 o'clock and that's Eastern time on Tuesdays. And of course, if any board members are interested in going but don't want to be down there the whole time, you can travel on your own and come and leave as you need to.
All right, anything else?
One last item, just to let you know, at our next meeting, Brian Merrill from Harbor Trust will be here to do his annual presentation on the funds in our pension plan.
Hopefully it'll go up a little.
It's been creeping up.
Yeah.
It's been creeping up.
All right. Public comment. Comments from the directors. Entertain a motion to
Make a
adjourn.
motion to adjourn the February 14th, 2023 meeting of the Michigan City Water Board.
Second.
Or adjourn.